Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Shadow Box Flush Mount. This is the larger one, the 363102. Technically, Hubbardton says it's an outdoor fixture, but we think it's so nice you can use it indoors as well. That's why you're going to see it in both our interior section for flush mounts and our exterior lighting sections. Let's get into some of the details on it. 16.1 inches by 16.1 inches, 4.6 inches from the ceiling to the bottom of the fixture, so it is very flush. You can use this on a sloped ceiling without any problem at all. I want to show you a little bit more information about it, including what's inside of it and how it all kind of works, by looking at the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say, click here for installations instructions PDF. Check it out. So it's going to show you a full parts list. It's going to show you, this is going to be using Hubbardton Forge's opal glass shade, which is an opaque piece of white glass. I'll talk more about opal a little later. It's going to show you detailed drawings of the inside of this and the top of it, so you can see how it mounts on your 4-inch J-box, okay? Another little detail, you're going to notice there's two pull-down menus for the finish. One is going to be choose your finish for the fixture. That's the frame part of this. And then choose your finish for an inset plate. That's going to be way up in that frame. That's going to be your accent. You can do them in the same finish, but I think a lot of people are going to use contrasting finishes. I think it's just a prettier idea myself. But totally up to you. You can be a designer here. Let's talk about what's going on inside of this as far as how much light you can get out of it. It's using 4 of these medium-based porcelain sockets. Remember, they're going to be on their side like this. There's 4 of them. And the bulb that you're going to be using is this guy. This is an A15. A15 is slightly smaller than the A19 we all grew up with. There you go. Hubbardton wants you to use 4 7-watt versions of this in here, and that's going to give you the equivalent light of 4 60-watt bulbs. That's quite a bit of light. So that's why I think this would be great inside a kitchen or hallway or coming into a foyer, besides the fact that you can use it outside on a porch. So all kinds of cool places to use this. When we talk about these bulbs, we talk about a lot of the details on the kind of light that can come out of them. So to begin with, it's a dimmable fixture as long as you get dimmable versions of these. And you can find these at any hardware store. A15 bulbs go in all kinds of fun places like refrigerators and fan lights and exit signs, and they go just all over the place. Garage door openers use these too. So that's why they're so easy to find. True Value Hardware, Ace Hardware, sometimes your grocery store. These probably are at my grocery store in Vermont, I think. But we're good to go all there. Now, the light coming out of these is going to be very important, especially on this fixture and depending on where you want to use it. So they're going to offer this bulb to you in 2700 Kelvin, and that's going to be a setting sun, super yellow orange. They're also going to offer this to you in something called daylight, and daylight sounds like it should be warm, but it is not warm. That's the bluish white light you see in a hospital waiting room, convenience store, overcast day, and that's what a lot of people think of when they think of LEDs, but that's not what you necessarily have to have. The light that we like to use, and the light that I think you should use in this, is going to be called warm white or soft white. That is 3000 Kelvin on the Kelvin scale. That's what we use in our showroom all over the place. I talk about it in every video. It's this nice warm light coming down from these 3000 Kelvin LEDs that are right above my head here. It's also, like I said, it's a dimmable fixture. If you're going to be using this inside, actually, you know what, not even just inside, but if you're going to be using this like on a covered porch, maybe a screened-in porch, and you're going to hang out with your friends after dinner drinking coffee or something like that, I would definitely get a dimmable version of this bulb so you can dim it down, and you can get it to be down almost to the point where it's like candlelight. I want to touch base on Hubbardton Forge's opal glass for just a second. So all of Hubbardton Forge's glass to begin with is going to be hand-blown. This piece is hand-blown first in clear, then they're going to come in and they're going to blow another layer of white glass on the inside of this. The third step is they're going to take and they're going to sandblast the whole thing on the inside and the outside. That's going to give you this beautiful, mellow, translucent, milky piece of glass. When you look at this, and you can see the layers are actually piled up on the inside of this. Hubbardton Forge is very obsessed about details on all of their pieces, including their glass, and that's why you're here, because you're probably just as obsessed about little details as well. Hubbardton Forge only uses aircraft-grade aluminum to make their outdoor fixtures. Aluminum holds up the best in incredibly harsh environments. When you're out and you look up in the sky and you see all those jet airliners running around up there, those are all made out of aluminum for a reason. And part of that reason is it It holds up great, like I said. It also forges beautifully. It holds finish beautifully. It doesn't rust. Remember that. It's very important. And they're virtually indestructible when they're all finished. So how Hubbardton does it is they take the fixture itself, they're going to wire it up at the top, they're going to put a wire at the bottom, they're going to send a current of electricity that's going to go through this fixture, making it positive, and they put it into a spray booth with a picture of the woman next to me. You can see she's spraying finish around it, and because it's positive, it's going to adhere to every nook, every cranny, the top, the bottom, the whole thing. After that, they're going to take this and they're going to move it into an oven. That oven is going to melt all of that down and create a very hard shell. So it makes it, again, virtually indestructible. So they've also tested these things in these wind chambers. So they take the fixture, all covered in that epoxy powder coat. It's going to go into that chamber. They're going to shoot salty seawater at it at high velocity for hours and hours and hours, just like you were at the beach and you have like a hurricane coming in, which to me is going to be pretty much the worst environment you're going to run into. So after they tested these and found out that they hold up incredibly well, Hubbardton Forge offers basically the best warranty in the lighting industry. And you can see that on the page for this. So if you scroll down a little bit, there's a link, and click on that and it'll show you the entire warranty and how it all works. Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. On those same red tabs, you're going to see a What's on Display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.